Alright, so this video is going to quickly go over Ohm's law. And in the video explaining voltage, current, resistance, we saw this triangle right here. And it had V, I, R. So to go a little bit further, V is voltage, I is current, and R is resistance. And if you're wondering, current uses the term I because C is typically used for something else, another unit called a coulomb. So that was taken already, so they use I for current. And how you solve practice problems with this is typically I'll give you questions like we have let's say a 9-volt battery. So that's the most common type of battery that we'll use probably in this class. So let's say we have a 9-volt battery, and that's kind of how they look. And let's say we have a resistance. Actually, let's find current. So let's say we have a current of 30 milliamps. So it's always good practice to be able to understand how to convert milli to just amps, or for example, kilowatts in the future to watts. So in this case, 30 milliamps is the same as 0.03 amps. So we have a 9-volt battery, and we have 0.03 amps. Now we don't know how much resistance we need. All you have to do for this type of problem is I'm going to use the color highlight red to represent covering it up. Let's say we cover up what we don't know. So we're going to cover up resistance. And in that triangle, we covered it up. And what we're going to do is we write R is equal to, and we look at the triangle, we see that V and I are above each other. So V divided by I. So if I were to write this out in words or explain it, it's typically resistance is equal to voltage divided by current. So resistance is equal to voltage divided by current. And if you're ever stuck on what each of these terms mean, I would recommend just talking it out. And not talking it out during a test, but talking it out if you can, or if not, writing it out. And that can help you understand it, especially seeing I can kind of confuse you sometimes. So to dive a little bit further on this equation, we can just plug it in. So plug and chug. So we don't know R is equal to 9 volts divided by the current, which is 0.03 amps. So you're always going to want to use amps, essentially, because an ohm is just voltage divided by amperes, or volts divided by amps. And when you plug this into the calculator, what you're going to get is that the resistance is equal to 300 ohms. And that's it. So essentially, to solve any problem, you're just going to focus on this triangle right here. This triangle will tell you almost everything that you need to know. And when solving with Ohm's law problems, the biggest thing is writing it out into a format like this, so you don't mess up what each one means. So write out each thing, make sure you know what your unknown is, and then just plug it in.